நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் மதனமென திகழ்வரத கண்டமிதில் எக்கணமும் அதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை முதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம்பியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय.
मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय.
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति.
Good evening, sir.
Very good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
Over to Muhammad Tahir Khan, sir, for the today's proceedings. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening. to one and all present here in this wonderful capacity building program on transformation in technology to business. Uh, on behalf of the management, principal, vice principals, heads of the departments, and in association with the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, I welcome each and everyone to this 5 days capacity building program. May I now request our beloved head of the department, Dr. S. Syed Rafiq Ahmad sir, to deliver the welcome address.
A very good evening to one and all present here. Let us thank the Almighty for His continuous grace and help extended to all of us. Most respected President, CMA, TCA Srinivasa Prasad, Council Members, Chairman, IT Committee, most respected our beloved Principal, Dr. M. Asra Sharif, most respected CMA Ashwin Ji, who is going to give the inaugural address, most respected CMA Uttam Kumar Nayak Ji, Vice President ICAI, who is going to give the keynote address today, most respected the resource person, CMA S. Ranganandani, Deputy General Manager, Ramco Systems Limited, most respected advisors, my friend, colleague, and our Vice Principal, Professor K. Mohammed Akmal, Vice Principal of Academics, our brother and colleague, Dr. Abdullah Mahbub, Vice Principal of Administration, of course, CMA Rakesh Ji. I think he's not only our colleague, he's my brother, I can say. More than that, I don't have any other word. Because without him, first God, and number two, our Rakesh Ji has helped our new college, especially the CGM, which is Department of Commerce, to have MOU with the CMA of our Chennai region. And it is an unforgettable moment that in the peak Corona period also, all our personalities from ICMA, all the way from Calcutta, Chennai, along with CMA Rakesh Ji and our former principal, vice principal, and our colleague Dr. Sothatri, all of them have made a grand success. That is making the CMA, MOU with the CMA. That itself is an achievement to this prestigious institution like a new college. Well, I welcome my brother and my colleague, Dr. Tamim Sharif. Of course, without the help of this organizing team, Dr. Arif, Dr. Sothatri, and Dr. Hashim, without them, these programs, and Dr. Tamim Sharif also, I can say, of course, each and every staff of Shift 1, Shift 2, and rest of that are contributing a lot to this prestigious institution of the new college in updating and in a way that they are also upgrading slowly. Today's program, you all know that capacity building program, it's nothing but it's a process where strengthening and developing skills, instincts, and then abilities, whatever in the up-to-date market is there. That is in the today's era, digital transformation, I can say. How this will be useful for entrepreneurs, educationists, and then and also industrialists. Okay, the budding researchers, they are going to focus in this 5-day capacity building program. Each and every day, you all know that different topics that they are going to speak, which is having the latest issues in upgrading and as well as updating the knowledge, I can say. With this, prelude, today, our madam, the resource person, CMA Ranga Nandini madam, Deputy General Manager, Ramco Systems Limited, she is going to, through many data and as well as details with regard to ERP, a tool for business intelligence and also digital transformation. And I have no words to tell because all of them are from the CMA Institute and as well as the resource persons are highly experienced, I can say. We can't get this type of expertise in the market. Only they have to come and share their experience and throw many light to our student community. With this prelude, we have many topics of the latest, and today we are focusing on the area of ERP, a tool for business intelligence and digital transformation. And I once again welcome the CMAs of Dr. Uttamji Nayak, CMA Ashwin Kumar, our principal, Dr. Afra Sharif, and above all, he's like our father, I can say, CMA TCA Srinivasa Prasad sir. I admire that in every meeting I used to see him. Not only that, I used to participate in his speech also. He's having such a passion that we have to transform the young generation. With this prelude, I once again welcome you all to this 5-day capacity building program, which is nothing but you all know that I'm not the authority, but I can just tell one word. What is that actually? For example, if you run a business and how best you can excel in the business. Similarly, as an industrialist, as an entrepreneur, how best you can excel. So, and also as a student, how best you can excel. Even teachers also. After getting the knowledge from this expertise, you can share this knowledge on the daily basis with the students community, whereby we can update our students community also. They can also take a chances of getting more of entering in CMA courses. Not only that, they can update the knowledge also. Once again, I thank the organizers and also this CMA Institute as a whole, the entire family of CMAs and also the Institute for giving us this wonderful opportunity in conducting this 5 days capacity building program, which is going to start from today. Once again, I welcome all of you, and also my beloved students also I welcome, and also the well-wishers and those who are in the interest in the area also I welcome each and every one of you. உங்களை எல்லாரும் வருக என்று வரவேற்பதில் மிக்க மகிழ்ச்சி அடைகிறேன். அவங்களுடைய எய்ம், சிஎம்எஸ் எய்ம் என்னன்னா, யாம் பெற்ற இன்பம் பெருக இவ்வையகமே. நாங்க மட்டும் சிஎம்ஏ ஆகல, நீங்களும் சிஎம்ஏ ஆகணும், நீங்களும் அப்டேட் பண்ணிக்கணும், அப்கிரேட் ஆகணும் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு மெயின் எய்ம் தான் அவங்களுக்கு இருக்கு. ஐ எம் வெரி ஹாப்பி in welcoming you all to this program, and I wish you all the researchers, faculty members, and those who are interested in the area to continuously observe this 5 days capacity building program. Once again, I thank the organizers for giving this opportunity and also the CMA for giving me an opportunity to welcome all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, HOD sir, for your elaborate welcome address, wherein you welcomed each and everyone from the bottom of your heart. I would now like to request CMA TCA Srinivasa Prasad sir, Council Member and Chairman of the IT Committee, Institute of Cost Accountants of India, to enlighten this audience about the program theme, the 5 days program. Please, sir.
Sir, kindly unmute yourself, sir.
Good evening, namaste, vanakkam to all of you. So, chief patrons, advisors, conveners, organizing secretaries, faculty, students, and students and members of ICMAI. First of all, it's a great honor to be amongst all of you. And for me, it is again a homecoming with a new college because I had been a resource person, especially on a topic of intellectual property right when we did a 5-day program earlier. My thanks will be to the college authorities and our institute president, vice president, and all the council members who have entrusted me this particular position to give knowledge to everybody and share knowledge for the institute also. As I've been told, we have a 5-day different topics, different keynote speakers, different resource persons, and a lot of question and answer where I normally consider a question and answer as a mutual learning session. I normally don't put it as a Q&A, I put it as a ML mutual learning session. That's how I call, because whenever a question is asked, you learn more. And in case you do not know the answer, you again learn much more than what you were at the beginning of any session. So we have ERP and we have a fintech and blockchain technology. Blockchain technology is going to rule the roost. Already it is ruling in many other places. And we have Chat GBT. Many of us call ChatGPT, and then we are working on us. In fact, when we ask what is meant by GPT, then people look for the meaning. Anyway, that is on the third day. You can just find out before that what does GPT means. Chat, all of us know GPT. Maybe it can be a homework for all of you. And that is for MSMEs. Really, what happens with the MSMEs where they cannot have very expert manpower and all, whether they will be able to use the Chat GPT to their advantages, that could be discussed on that day. Then we have got the digital finance, whether it is going to be a boon or ban for the MSME. And definitely why we are targeting MSME with the information technology is because IT can give a lot of leeway to the MSMEs, where we will be able to do many other jobs with IT. And also we have another on business analytics, which is very much needed right from a small business to multinationals. Analytics is the one which all cost and management accountant should be ready with in the very near future. If not tomorrow, we must have been ready by even day before yesterday. So the whole concentration should be on business analytics. And as we were making this program as an eye opener and ice breaking sessions, mainly we will be able to get the feedback from all of you as to how we should go for a bigger program on each and every subject. How many days, what kind of whether it should be a workshop or it should be a seminar, whether it should be offline, online, because it is mainly a sort of a eye opener and a trailer sort of a thing. We have a teaser, trailer, and all they call in the movies like that. And if you really look at the IT, look at the backdrop, what I am having. It has the new college, it has got my institute and about me. So we are able to create our own backdrop even with the technology. Many of us must be from the house, so we can create our own technology. The technology gives us ample opportunity to be very innovative and very, very creative and do the jobs at a lesser time and certainly with most accuracy, provided one more provided our input data is taken care of and validated properly, and only the correct data enters any of the system where we are going to work. So these is very important. Technology gives us everything, but we must remember technology gives us everything at a very faster pace. Also, if we are going to put something wrong, then we will be getting definitely the results as well as wrong. And we have very, very acclaimed subject matter experts, MSCs, SMEs are there. And it will be, we thank each and every one of them from the IT committee side and from the institute side. So it is, as the previous speaker was telling, it is very rare to get a good subject matter experts, and we are fortunate the institute is able to pinpoint on people, and then we are able to, and they are also ready to come and share their knowledge, and so that everybody comes up with a synergy level much more bigger than what they were before the program. And last, I would like to thank CMA Rakesh Ravishankar, definitely who is spearheading these kind of programs, without whom this would not have been possible. And I wish all the very best to all the participants, faculty, and the college authorities and the institute members. Very best, and Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, CMA TCS Srinivasa Prasad sir. Your words are always motivating, and you briefed out the whole program theme. Reminds me of the beautiful quote: knowledge is like sharing the flames of one's candle to another. It not only ignites one's path, but also ignites the path of others. With this sense of intellectual thing, I would now like to invite our charismatic principal, Dr. Asra Sharif sir, to deliver his presidential address. Over
Yeah,
to principal.
Mohammed sir, principal has got some technical issues in logging in. So sir may be joining us any moment, or maybe he'll be joining us tomorrow, because there is some heavy downpour and technical issue at this place. So we will invite Uttam Kumar sir directly for the keynote address.
Yes, sir. So before moving ahead, I would like to give a short brief about Sir Ashwin Kumar sir. Uh, he is
Yeah,
no
Mohammed sir, we will move on to Uttam Kumar sir.
okay, sir.
Uttam Kumar sir,
Sure.
keynote address.
Jai
Okay.
Jagannath. Hello.
Okay.
Hello. Listening.
Yes, sir.
Yes sir,
Good
yes sir.
evening. Jai Jagannath. Good evening. Respected.
Sir,
Are you listening, sir?
yes
Yeah.
sir, yes sir, you're audible sir, please.
Respected IT committee chairman of the Institute of Cost Accounting in India and Central Council members, chairman of other regional council and college officials and other invitees attending the VC. Really, I'm thankful to CMA TCS Prasad sir for taking initiative for such a deliberation on a very apt matter, which remains an important aspect for the accounting profession and also of utmost relevance in the modern business world, enterprise resource planning or ERP. In the fast-paced and ever-evolving landscape of the today's business environment, organizations are constantly seeking ways to enhance their operational efficiency, improve decision-making, and gain a competitive edge. One tool of that has already worked as a game changer in achieving these objectives is enterprise resource planning or ERP. Even if there are many ERP getting used, but the ERP SAP is most widely used and acclaimed ERP. As well as known, as we know from a manual accounting system through hardbound ledgers, subledgers, fixed asset register, store ledger, etc. Slowly we move to some purely accounting packages, but that was also not fully integrated for all business activity. However, ERP emerged as a software solution which integrated all business operation with a close knitted bonding among various modules as we see today like FI, CO, MM, SD, HRM, etc. This has resulted in managing all business transactions in one platform and also maintaining link and synergy with all of them, making, stronging, retrieving, reporting of accounting information along with the end objective of the preparation of financial statements and cost statements. Also, this wonderful software solution that integrates and manages and organizes some core business process in real time. This ERP system is providing a on-field view of an organization data, enabling seamless communication and collaboration across the different departments. ERP systems have come a long way since their inception in 1960s. Originally, they were designed to automate business functions such as inventory management and other processing. Over the years, ERP systems have evolved into comprehensive and highly sophisticated platform that can handle complex process and vast amounts of data. If we look at its benefit, we can summarize its key features and benefits under the following head.
நான் பேசும்போது தான் வீடியோ
Streamlining operations. ERP system automate routine tasks, reducing manual data entry and minimizing risk of errors. This streamlines operation and enhance productivity. Data integration. ERP integrates data from various departments into a centralized database, providing a holistic view of the organization. This enables better decision making based on the real-time information. Improved efficiency. By optimizing process and workflows, ERP system help organizations operate more efficiently, reducing cost and improving profitability. Then enhanced customer services. ERP system obtained include customer relation management, CRM modules, allowing organization to better serve their customers by providing access to the customer data and interactions. Compliance and reporting. ERP system can assist in compliance with regulatory requirements by providing robust reporting and auditing capabilities. Scalability. ERP system can grow with your organization, accommodating increasing data volumes and additional users as your business expands. Competitive advantages. Organizations that implement ERP system gain a competitive advantage, being more agile and responsive and capable of adapting to changing the market condition. Apart from its benefits, the implementation of ERP system is not without its challenges. The process can be complex, time-consuming, and costly. It often requires a significant investment in terms of time, money, and human resources. Resistance to change within the organization can also pose a hurdle, but with proper planning, training, and commitment, these challenges can be overcome. ERP of CMA. As members of the accounting profession, we play a pivotal role as front of users of its module, mainly FI and CO. And also, we need to have some hands-on experience also in other modules so as to clearly understand the transactions flow. Again, some advanced users of our profession are involved in ERP implementation. Our expertise in financial management and reporting is invaluable, ensuring the ERP systems are configured to meet the organization financial needs and comply with the accounting standards and regulations. As far as ERP knowledge and training is a concern, it is required in all 3 tiers of our institute. First of all, students need to have an exposure in ERP and SAP, as this is a most requirement by the employer, and the students of ERP, SAP exposures are getting added advantage. For our members in industry, ERP, SAP is a much required skill without which they cannot perform effectively in their job role. Finally, for our practicing members, those who are getting cost audit or any other value-added assignments of medium and big size organizations, ERP, SAP knowledge is a must. Just to share with you all, for NALCO cost audit assignment, the cost accounting firms have good exposure in ERP, SAP, and also having SAP trained partners are getting weightage, as the audit has to be conducted in SAP environment. There were some SAP courses launched by our institute with the aim and intention of inducting our students and members about the capabilities and potential pitfalls of ERP systems. But recently the course has been stopped, and there must be some issues which we need to be deliberate and addressed. As the chairman of EIRC, I would like to request all to think a way out, and we must make this ERP training as a part of our IOTP or part of some other modules, and make it mandatory for all our students. Like CP hours, our practicing members must have some mandatory ERP, SAP hours, so that we can really help our practicing members to be effectively handle the cost audit and other audit assignments. In conclusion, the enterprise resource planning is not just a technology solution, it is a strategic tool that can transform the way organization operate. It empowers us to make better decisions, streamline operation, and gain a competitive edge in a rapidly changing business environment. As a member of the accounting profession, we have a unique opportunity to lead and support our organization in their ERP journey by embracing this technology and leveraging our financial expertise. We can contribute significantly to the success and growth of our organization. Let us remember that in the world of business, those who adopt and innovate their Thrive ERP is a means to the end. Let us embrace it, learn from it, and use it to build a bigger future for our organization and our professions. Thanking you for the opportunity and your attention to my thoughts and sharing on this occasion. And my special heartiest thank to CMA TCS Prasad sir, who had started this program for 3 days, and it will be a great success in future. Thanking you, Jai Jagannath.
Thank you, Uttamji.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for outlining various technical aspects related to the profession. It really was an eye opener. Thank you, sir. May I now request, uh, before moving on and requesting our resource person, I would like to give a small brief about the resource
Mohammed
person.
sir, a principal has joined. You can invite principal for the presidential address. Sir has joined.
What a momentous occasion for our charismatic principal to join. Before the main movement, our principal has showcased himself to this wonderful program. I would now like to invite our dynamic and charismatic principal, Dr. Asrar Sharif sir, to deliver his presidential address. Over to you, sir.
Yeah,
Principal sir.
principal sir, you can unmute, sir.
Principal sir.
Yeah, yeah, sir will join us in a moment.
Okay, sir. Shall we wait for sir or shall we move on, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just a few seconds, sir will join us.
Okay, sir. We'll wait for sir.
Yeah, Mohammed, I think in sir has left. We'll invite the resource person.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. So,
Yeah,
sir will
please.
be later on. He'll be joining. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for inviting our resource person. Let me give you a small brief about our resource person, CMA Ranganandini, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for coming. Uh, uh, One of the important highlights of Madam's career has been that over decades, 2 decades of extensive professionalism in project implementation, consultancy, finance, and administration, she has become a seasoned professional, and she has a remarkable ability to bridge the gap between business and financial performance, enabling effective decision making. Currently, she is supporting partner implementation and cloud customers at Ramco Systems Limited. Previously, she managed corporate functions including HR and administration for the CSR arm of Reddington. Also, her expertise has been instrumental in managing over 180 cloud customers and partner projects. She played a pivotal role in implementing GST and mentoring junior analysts. Above all, she is a very dedicated cost and management accountant, CMA, and very true to her profession. Her expertise is really going to enrich us in various aspects. Over to you, ma'am.
Good evening all. Thanks everyone for this opportunity. I thank the CMA Institute and the New College team for giving this opportunity to be a resource person for this wonderful session. Uttamji has himself said about more in detail about the ERP, but however, let me try to throw some light on what I would know. So let me not take much of your time, and here I'll share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, madam.
Thank you. So, good evening all once again. So, today we are going to see how ERP as a tool is helping for the business intelligence and digital transformation. Brief agenda of this. So, again, like as what Uttamji spoke about, ERP helps the business intelligence capabilities, and it helps to make decisions through the data driven, like whatever data it is fed into the ERP. So it is helping us to transform the business to take decisions based on the data, and also through the digital transformation, whether it is small startup or a bigger organization. Unless and until they have accurate real time data, they will not be able to take a proper decision. So it helps in taking informed decisions. It allows to collect, analyze, visualize data from across the organization. It also gives a comprehensive view of how its operations are being performed, and where what are the areas of improvement. So, what is an ERP? As we all know, ERP, the Enterprise Resource Planning Tool, it's basically a software system, that allows business to manage their operations and resources in an integrated manner. Like there could be multiple operations or functions in an organizations, like finance, HR, supply chain, CRM, inventory, production, etc. All these get integrated through an ERP tool. Okay, the main goal of ERP tool itself is to streamline the operations, improve efficiency, and thereby reducing the cost. So now in today's topic, like we also have a term called business intelligence. So what is business intelligence? It is all about getting the right information to the right decision maker and at the right time. Unless and until these three are coexist, the top management will not be able to take a proper decision. And this BI could be any skill or technology or application that help the business to understand its operations. It leads to fact based decision making, and it's an enterprise wide platform that supports reporting, analysis, and decision making. So, how are these two integrated? How ERP helps, for business intelligence and for digital transformation. It helps for improved data analysis. Like business can collect, analyze, large amount of data at the real time, and also to identify the trends and patterns, which if you're even if the data exists in your system, will not be able to identify it and detect the trend or pattern unless and until we collate all that and put it into a report format, will not be able to make a proper analysis. So it helps for improved data analysis. It helps to take a proper decision making based on the accurate and up to date information. Mobile apps for an ERP application, the critical features, if it is available in a mobile app, it helps for the top management may not be having time to log into a system and then do an approval or check the cash position or what is the status of the customer. So a mobile app will help take quicker decisions and faster approvals. So key features are again data visualization capabilities and reporting capabilities. Data visualization could be through an advanced charting or graphing tool which can exist in an ERP. It helps for identification of trends and patterns. And reporting capabilities, it can generate various reports, of a business operation. It could be, financial performance, your cash flow statements, fund flow statements, your trial balance sheet, P&L. And from the inventory, for a unit head or a factory person is more worried about the stocks, like what is the inventory management, how it is handled, what is the status, what is the position currently. So these reports, give valuable insights to the top management, and to identify its strength and weakness, and the managers also take a more informed decision. So quickly, we have some case studies. I thought, we'll give some case studies with real life example, which will help us understand how ERP helps in a business intelligence and digital transformation phase. So one manufacturing company, it was using the ERP tool to identify the inefficiency in its production process. By analyzing the data, they were able to identify where was the issue, and then made adjustments accordingly to increase their productivity. Another example is from a retail company which wanted to check their inventory management, to check which is the FSN analysis. Hope you'd have heard ABC analysis and FSN analysis as to the value and the fast, slow, and non-moving goods. So by having an ERP in place, they were able to identify which were the FSN, and whether we need to order it now, or whether you have excess inventory. So thereby it result in cost saving and improved customer satisfaction. So we have in detail couple of other case studies as well. It's a real-time data from some of our customers. One global leader in the design and development of high quality clinical diagnostic equipment, they have given this information, like they have used the data which they feed into the ERP, and through the business intelligence tool, they were able to get these benefits. Like they configured some reports and dashboards, and they were able to identify, what is the company's budget, or they targeted what is the actual sales, and what is the product wise sale across month. What was it in July? What was it in August? As it's displayed here, what was the target and what is the actuals. It also helped them to identify the salesperson wise performance, whether this salesperson is performing well in this type of product or the other type of the product, and customer wise also, salesperson wise, customer wise across months. They were able to drill down to the product wise sales, customer wise sale, zone wise sale, so that the management can take strategic decision to identify similar salesperson, and to which customer, which zone they need to deploy more people. So additional information which they got directly from the ERP reports and dashboards are, from the customer statement, they are able to identify the aging wise outstanding with amounts, like how much, less than 30 days. If you could see this graph here, it is 0 to 30, 31 to 60. So various aging buckets have been defined. So they were able to identify aging wise outstanding amount, and they also have the gross margin reports in place, which help them identify the product or loss made from the product sold to the customer, and also at the company level. Some strategic financial decision also they were able to take for the obsolete products, like the fast, slow, and non-moving goods, and introduce new profitable products, and which customers having higher outstanding amount, whether they'll make any default, or what action to be taken for them. These things they were able to identify. This is another case study too, from one of the established cement manufacturers in India. So these are the benefits are given as a talk from their company itself. Okay, both the previous one and this one. They were able to streamline the transaction across the organization. In packing, they found some variations, so that also they resolved. They were able to make substantial improvement in capacity utilization. Like they made some automations as to automatic mailers, approvals, and things like that, and they were able to increase the productivity rate. They've even integrated their production machine to a real-time data, some solutions which have which take the real-time data and feed it into the ERP system. These are some digital transformations which they made, and some mobile apps also they have created for approvals, cash flows, and stock positions. And they were able to track the equipment downtime, and were able to make a preventive maintenance schedule for better control of the machineries, because cement, they have multiple plants across the country, and they were, valuing this as more key point for them. Their logistics management also they improved based on stock holding, whether they need to send the stock to this branch or that branch, from which factory they have to send. They were able to identify the transportation and rehandling costs. This quote is from their top management. They say that the only way you can reduce the cost of manufacturing cement is by improving the operational efficiency. This we did by deploying an effective IT infrastructure at each of our plants, which has helped us in monitoring our costs in a systematic way. So the ERP was implemented for them, and wherever integrations were possible, whether it was a Weybridge, whether it was a real-time data for the production or their mobile applications, everything was integrated into one solution, and the top management were able to get their data at any point in time, the real time data, to see how much loading is happening currently. That level, they were able to track it. So, this is the benefits at the organizational level. Channeling organization vision across the enterprise. So, they were able to communicate the same to all the departments. They were able to respond with speed to any customer demand, market opportunity, or external threat. In the sense that the customer portal was also integrated for them. The dealers or sub dealers or even the customer can log into the system and put an order. Like they can request an order for this much of item or this much of tons of cement I want, for at this date. So from there, the information flows into the ERP and creates a sale order into the system. So management was able to view how much orders have been, requested from the customers themselves, and how much has been, dispatched from the factories. These information they were able to take from the ERP directly. So streamlined cash management, again through better sourcing. Again from here, they were able to identify what is the collections outstanding at the customers end, and whether the sales depots will be there. From there, they'll be depositing the cash. It flows automatically into the system, and how this cash management was made by integrating with the banks for the payments also, and which branch has got more collections that day. All this information they were able to take, and by deploying all such infrastructure in place, they were able to get enhanced profitability and realization. This is the final case study we have. One of the major, again another supplier of in southern India cement needs. So they said that their transaction time, which were a higher issue for them, it got reduced by around 80% by deploying the ZRP and automations. The reductions in sales and purchase cycle by over 50%, and they were able to make the invoicing quickly, and they make the payments and receipts or order processing, whatever be the transaction type, they were able to make it very quicker due to the automations and creations in the system. And they had issues of same item code, this cement, that cement, multiple names, but by using the ERP they were able to standardize their product code and also the customer master data. The same customer could be available in multiple branches, so they were able to integrate that and identify single code so that they can have a better receivable control on that. They also had the consolidation of pricing information at across zones and regions. Due to the transparency of information, their efficiency also increased. Again, here the better inventory management and integration of operations across geographies. So we have come to the final conclusion here. So we discussed on the importance of using ERP for business intelligence and business digital transformation. By implementing ERP, business can improve their data analysis and decision making capabilities so that it will lead to increased efficiency and profitability. For these, the system should have data visualization and reporting capabilities. So we also saw a couple of case studies for the same. So to take advantage of these benefits, we should identify a proper ERP tool which helps for business intelligence and digital transformation, and we need to implement one for our own businesses. So I think this is a little quick, and that is it from my end. Any queries, questions?
Ma'am, Thank you so much, ma'am. The case studies were the highlight. So, before moving on to the Q&A part, so when I saw the case studies, I felt very excited because this is what we expected, from the resource persons to share their industry experience. Uh, Ma'am, now the higher education institutions like colleges, we are moving towards ERP. So, what would be your advice? What are the points we should consider? No, while touching upon the no ERP at the higher education institutions, maybe a broad framework or a broad overview on your thoughts would be of great help.
Sure, sir. Like as our CMA Institute has the subject of SAP ERP, would suggest any institution which teaches the commerce and accounts profession field, if they also come forward and like as they are coordinating, as now the new college is coordinating with our CMA Institute for this session, we also need to coordinate with the various ERP institutions or the organizations, and then request for a workshop or a hands-on sessions, and a subject also for the students to have a knowledge of what is an ERP. Like basically, if we see the accounting or commerce student will know what is a debit and credit, what is a debit, invoice, what is a receipt, but they may not be aware of what is something called as a debit note, credit note, or how a transaction has to be made into the system. What are the key information needed in our books of accounts. If we see, like we'll write the debtor name, and in the debit side we will write what is the outstanding balance, and what has to be paid, what is the invoices made to him, and things like that. But in today's world, in almost all the companies there is no manual books of accounts kept, so it is all only digitalized, and all ERPs they are using. So the student should have knowledge of some of the jargons which is used in the ERPs. What is a master? What is a vendor, or a supplier, or a customer? An item code. The product and item are the same. So when he goes into an organization for the first job, he shouldn't be blinking like he doesn't know what it is, or he shouldn't be feeling afraid to enter into an IT organization or an organization which is using high end ERP systems. So the basic knowledge will help him or her gain an advantage end into getting into a premium organization.
There is a question from one Mr. Amit
Yeah.
Batra.
Yeah. Yes, sir. See, best suggested ERPs. See, there are multiple ERPs in today's world. Okay, and each and every solution also specialized vendors are there. Be it healthcare, or be it banking, or be it for banking. I think various other institutions are there. Companies have brought in various solutions. So specific solution wise ERPs are also there. Healthcare, or specifically for pharma, dental industry also, there is some app which is there. Even if you need to book an appointment, you have to book through that. So that is all also ERPs only. The end-to-end ERP, if you see, the major are three vendors as per the Gartner's quadrant. Okay, so Gartner is a Gartner quadrant. In that, there are three global vendors, and of course, one is Ramco Systems, the only APAC vendor, and one among the three global vendors. One is Ramco Systems, the other one is SAP and Oracle. So these are the three, major ERP systems end to end. SAP, probably in my earlier previous 10 decade ago, I was in another core financial institution where I was using SAP. That time it was little primitive in India. The SAP India itself was not formed at that time. So another tool, probably we can check on any other BI tools to take the. I think SAP itself has some BA tool also. Ramco Systems has its own ERP, and Oracle also has its ERP. And various other vendors are also having, like I think some open source ERPs like Odoo and other things are also there. So I think in the last week session, if you had attended this capacity building program by our CMA Institute, the mention was made for open source Odoo ERP for MSMEs. There are multiple. Even the existing ERPs also have a cloud-based, subscription-based offerings, so that can also be looked at.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, like you were mentioning about the open source software for MSME, which we were discussing last week. So, like, what is the future of these type of open source uh, softwares? Like, when we buy a software by paying a subscription, we have a maintenance agreement with them. They will upgrade the software whenever there's a requirement. But is it possible with the open source softwares?
I have my own reservations for the open source software because of the data privacy and security on that. I'm not too sure. I don't have much details on the Udo. As far as other offerings on the cloud for the other from the other ERP vendors, they're all hosted. They have hosted their own applications on the cloud, so which has certifications from the ISO and ISMS certifications they have. So we can be rest assured on the security part of the data. Though it is on the cloud, it is secured. Your data is secured. At a minimal cost, you will be able to enjoy all the features, but it is also secured and we need not worry about our data privacy and security.
Thank you.
Madam,
Thank you, ma'am.
this is Prasad.
Namaste, sir.
Prasad. So I just wanted to know SAP B1, can it support at least the basic requirements of COPA, madam? The controlling profitability analysis things, or what other kind of software in the industry can help the cost accountants per se? Because normally whenever we talk about SAP, people are conversant with F5. The moment you come to CO, then we have our own difficulties. So how do we overcome this? Even when we want to give the knowledge to our members, uh, anybody is seriously looking at COPA. I know only some very few companies. So suppose somebody is having a Microsoft Dynamics or somebody is having a SAP V1. How do we go about the controlling module on that, madam? I mean, if you are able to throw some light, it will be very helpful to all our members, especially the practicing people as well as the industry people. And the second one is, what kind of auditing tools our practicing members can use it when they go for cost audit or internal audit? So these two things, I thought if we are able to discuss, it will be helpful to our members. Thank you, madam.
So yes, sir, but I'm sorry, like with respect to COPA of SAP, I'm little not conversant, but with respect to the financial, transactional securities per se, as far as my knowledge goes, whichever those major ERP players are there in the, industry, all the transactions are controlled. Like we also have something called as workflows which can be enabled, wherein we can say this particular transaction was done by whom and was authorized by whom, and with respect to the profitability analysis, whether this information or this report should be available for this level persons or this particular user. All this kind of checks and balances can be done in an ERP. So I don't think like we need to worry on that with respect to the financial consolidation or planning or performance. I don't know whether I've answered your question properly, but
Yeah, madam. Thank you. Thank you. Rakesh, do you have questions from? Yeah, question is coming.
I think yes, there are different modules in SAP. How many of these would you suggest for a top manufacturing steel or cement company? For the cement company which we implemented, it was FICO, MMSD, COPA, everything like we implemented to them the end-to-end ERP solutions because they wanted to integrate everything, any information right from the lorry entering into their factory. From that time onwards, till all the sales, analysis, collections, payments, orders, everything has been integrated. So in our ERP, it has been integrated and implemented that way.
Mr. Amit, can I answer your question also? Mr. Amit, I am from the Steel Authority. I was the CFO of Steel Authority of India Limited, also the head of ERP implementation of SAIL. We did 5 major implementation with 13,000 SAP, and later on I did in NMDC with 2,000 SAP S4HANA enterprise licenses. Two very important modules is not available in your question. One is PP, production planning. Another is PM, plant maintenance. On a costing perspective, the costing starts from, let us say, when you get the order and then plan for the production and then produce and then sell. So actually, there are 2-3 modules, or also we have done all the modules. I'll tell you. One is PP, production planning, end to end. Then another is PM, plant maintenance, because the maintenance cost is very important. Productivity depends on how you maintain your equipments and the other complete steel plant or cement company. And then the other one is HR, HCM, human capital management, which is also very important. So we did even with ESS, employee self-service portals and all we have done. So the modules that we may have to go for includes PP, PM, HR, and if you really look at it, we can go for data flow management also. And one more thing which we will have to definitely look at in this thing is whether we can go for the supply chain management. So we normally have a module 7, we call SRM 7, because it was 5, then later on SAP brought out SRM 7.0. So if we have that SRM 7.0, we have a direct connect we can give to the suppliers, so that seamlessly we will be able to get the orders and get the codes and do the comparison statements and all. So there will be an extension. FI will be 2, FI and CO. And when you want to go for COPA, certainly you should have PP and PM module also in place along with the human capital management, HR. So we normally call R to R. See, it is from recruit to retire, or from you have on the FI also we call it as ART, or record to report. So, and when you say P2P, procure to pay, then when you say O2C, order to cash, all these are all the different cycles which we will have to look into it. Thank you very much. That is a good question.
If you are asking between Oracle and SAP, I think in India it would be Oracle, but with between Oracle and SAP. Otherwise, even Ramco Systems also had wide utilization. Like we are, the second highest in customer reference for functional capabilities, and you know, around the world also.
Can I also add value, madam, with your
Sorry?
permission? Can I add value to that question,
Please.
Oracle versus SAP? See, as I told you, SAP, wherever there is a manufacturing organization, Oracle will, this is my personal opinion, because I have worked on Oracle, I have worked on SAP, I have worked on Microsoft Dynamics, SAP B1. Oracle is for service oriented, like your financial services and other service oriented, because Oracle really does not give a lot of importance on production and maintenance modules. Whereas SAP, if you really look at it, SAP is a German product. Germany is into manufacturing for a very long time, right after the World War or even within the World War. So Germany looks at manufacturing in a very serious way. That is why SAP is onto the manufacturing sector. If you really look at it in India, many of the manufacturing sectors, if they are able to afford, Madam was talking about the cost. If people are able to afford, they have gone to SAP mainly because of the versatility in it. They have got different modules, even for mining, even for steel. You got for a cement, and even for HR companies and all you have. Whereas if you really look at it, Oracle is into the service-oriented industry, especially on a finance-related services. So each product, Madam had very clearly explained, each product has its own, what do you call, a sort of a area. So we will have to decide on a product based on which area we are going to use that product. If, as the previous Mr. Amit asked about steel, cement and all, certainly if you want to go for only for finance, then Oracle will help. But then only with finance, you can never do any costing. So costing starts from the production and manufacturing, and the drivers of cost drivers are not finance fellows. The cost drivers are the operations people. Thank you very much.
So this is a more specific question to the company. We also have ERP system end to end, in the sense healthcare. Which type of industries? There are multiple within the healthcare. There are multiple specializations, right? So we need to identify as to which kind. What if you see whatever in my example, the case study which we have taken, that is also for the manufacturing of clinical equipments only. So in healthcare industry itself. Which type of industries, or if you're talking about like the fixing of appointments and things like that, I think there are other apps which is available. Otherwise, our ERP also provides. Thank you, sir.
Yes, over to Mohammad Tahir, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, madam. Thank you for sharing your expertise with the galaxy of intellectuals here. TCA Srinivasa sir. We know, the success of a session is determined by how many people are involved in it. And we see so many live questions and engaging questions. So this shows that the content is very lively and it has reached to the expectations of the audience. Thank you so much, madam, for sharing your expertise. And may I now request Dr. Envo Arif sir, who happens to be the organizer as well as the coordinator of Shift 2, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Assalamu alaikum and a very good day to all present here. It gives me immense pleasure to propose the vote of thanks for today's program. First of all, I would like to thank our magnanimous management for the full support and guidance. Next, I would like to thank our dynamic principal, vice principals, deans of various departments. I would like to place on record my heartfelt thanks to the President, Vice President of ICMAI, and I would like to thank TCS Srinivasa Prasad Sir, Council Member, ICMAI, Uttam Kumar Nayak Sir, Chairman, EIRC, and my sincere thanks are due to our ever supportive HODs, faculty members of our college and from other colleges, the organizing secretaries of today's program. Last but not least, I would like to place on record my heartfelt thanks to Rakesh Shankar Sir, who is the steering force of this program. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you all.
Thank you all. Thanks a lot.
So stay tuned with us for tomorrow. A wonderful topic on fintech and blockchain, a catalyst, at 7 p.m. on the same YouTube channel. CMA members, please log in via the membership portal, members webinar portal, for your CEP hours. So thank you all. Wish you a happy day. So meet you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you all.